Another week, another European preview show. Welcome back to Fog Football. We're a wee bit late to the party. This is Wednesday afternoon, but you know what? We're here nonetheless, right? By God, what would I have predicted if I was here prior to last night? Who knows? Well, I still would have predicted Rangers to win. Hell, I saw the 11, I said 2-0. And it was 3-0. So, yeah, let's have a wee look at the Champions League then, shall we? The third qualifying round. So, not considering we actually know, well, we do know who teams are going to get in the playoffs, so this will be crucial. But Malmo and Copenhagen drew 0-0. Qarabag defeated Shakinshi 1-0. Kiev defeated, or Paphos, they defeated Dynamo Kiev. So Celtic get the winner of Karet and Slovan Bratislava. And I said in a video earlier that the actual odds in that game suggest that the Kazakhstan team are the favourites. Which is, here, I didn't expect that. I thought Bratislava might have been. But yeah, Rangers obviously defeated VIKTORIA PLZEN 3-0, fantastic result. As for Salzburg Club Brugge, the first leg is tonight. Who would I rather take on? Honestly, folks, I don't know. I think on paper people might think Salzburg, but I don't know, man. But all I know is this: we are not taking on world beaters, regardless of who we get. Are both teams better than us? Narrowly, I'd probably say yes, especially Bruges. Salzburg might be more equal. But it's the big time, folks. It's the Champions League. Fact of the matter is this: we could have made lives easier on ourselves by winning the league last year. We didn't. Now, fun fact, if we actually win the league this year, we will go straight in because our coefficient's that much higher than every other team that we'll be battling with in the Champions path. So that's another incentive of winning the league. Not only do you win the league, but we actually are guaranteed Champions League for the 26-27 campaign if we win the league. So yeah, crucial, but you know what, I'll predict that I'll go Salzburg to beat Bruges 2-1. As for Rangers, I'll talk about it more in the review show, but it was fantastic. Well, we look at the playoff round, shall we? There you go. So Celtic obviously get the winner of match 2. So yeah, looking very interesting. What teams are in the Champions League then? There you go. Look at that. Who would Rangers and Celtic want to avoid for pot 1? Everybody. That's probably who would you want? Probably Dortmund, Chelsea and Milan. I'm not going to sit here and pretend though, if you got any of those free, it would be a walk in the park. You look at pot 2, very tough yet again. Pot 3 is where it gets a wee bit easier, but Tottenham and PSV, they could end up either one. But I look at pot 3, I look at Marseille, I look at Slavia Prague, I look at Olympiacos, Sporting. Could definitely pick up a few results there. Pot 4 looking toasty, but here, that's me. But see, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't really matter what pot I'm on about, all Tottenham, you're going to have to play 2 teams for each one anyway. Europa League time. Down and now. Now, obviously, what happened, Hibs have crashed out the Europa League. They would have been taking on Fredrikstad, and the loser of that game would have took on Crystal Palace in the Conference League, unless Palace get reinstated to the Europa League. A lot of mess going on in English football in that regard. I just don't understand why they've been kicked out when there's so many other teams with co-ownership. The Red Bull clubs, Man City, etc., etc. Anyway, Lincoln Red Imps against Noah. Massive game for them. I think Noah will win. I'll go with Noah to win. Right. Rijeka taking on Shelbourne. So, tell you what, Shelbourne, the loser will take on the winner of Linfield's game. So we could be getting a Shelbourne versus Linfield rematch, which we actually hinted at could happen like a few match days ago. So there you go. But I'm going to go Rijeka to win. I'm going to go 3-0. Shelbourne are going to get beat. They're ranked rotten. Yeah, they look good against Linfield, but come on, who wouldn't look good against Linfield? Who are we trying to kid here? So yeah, I'll go 3-0 Rijeka. Right, moving on. What other games we've got to talk about? Humron Spartans. That game's already taken place. I'll look at the main path. What game's in here? Panathinaikos against Shakhtar Donetsk. That's an interesting one. But yeah, no really. Who do Aberdeen get? Who do Aberdeen get? They get Aye, so I... Wait, so what? Why did Aberdeen get the Champions Path? Wait, what? Why did Aberdeen get the Champions Path? Oh, because there is no playoff round's the playoff round. Well, I tell you what then, right? I don't know how this works. And I don't know who Aberdeen could have got. But people were saying, oh, Aberdeen have got the easiest tie possible. If Aberdeen could have got anyone in the Champions Path, they've definitely not got the easiest one. Aberdeen have got the hardest one. Honestly, I look at all these games in the Champions Path, right? Who's better than Stade Bucharest? Lincoln Red Imps aren't. Noah aren't. Rijeka aren't. Shelbourne aren't. RFS aren't. Cups aren't. Hammer Spartans aren't. Maccabi Tel Aviv are the only team I'd say are close enough, but still not. Surinsky Mostar, not. Brioblik, no. And then you've got Stade Bucharest and then Dorita. So, I mean, obviously, if you factor in the main path, you've got the likes of Legia Warsaw, Midtjylland, Braga, PAK, Utrecht, Servette, Brann, Haken, Donetsk, Panathinaikos. They're all similar level teams to Stade Bucharest, but yeah, I mean, if Aberdeen could get anyone out of these, 13 matches, I think they've got one of the harder ones, especially when you factor in the Champions Path, but interesting nonetheless. But hopefully hopefully they go through them all about the coefficient, baby. Right, let's have a wee look here then into the Conference League. So, Vikingur Gotha taking on Linfield. I mean, it's a Faroe Islands team, Linfield. I mean, will they be licking their lips? I mean, I think they'll just be a wee bit happy about who they're taking on here. So, I'll go 2-1 Vikingur. I think 2-1 keeps it alive, doesn't it, man? A lot of hope going back to Windsor Park. Right, main path. Rapid Vienna taking on Dundee United. Dundee United, of course, got past Unastrazen over the last couple of weeks. 2-1-0 victories. But then they drew 2 each at the weekend against Falkirk. What's going to happen for Dundee United this time? Obviously, we've got Hearts at the weekend as well. Not that really has any, massive bearing point on what could happen. But the reality is, I'm going for a Rapid Vienna win, folks. I'm going to go 2-0 Rapid Vienna. I mean, 2-0 is basically dead, but come on, Dundee United. It's time to dig deep, folks. Time to dig deep. Who did Dundee United get? Their match won. My God, they're so... Fuck. I don't even know. There's too much there for my brain to process. Right, going through the rest of them then. Ooh, who we got? Larne take on Santa Clara. Well, they may as well believe in Santa, because there's no way Larne are going to be picking up a result, man. They're at home for the first leg. So, you never know what's going to happen. But let's say they survive the first leg. They're going to get scud at like 6-0 in the second leg, but I don't think they will survive the first leg. I'll go 4-0 Santa Clara. Right, moving on to Balkini, whatever, taking on Shamrock Rovers. I'm going to go with Shamrock Rovers to lose 2-1. I think it'll be a close game, but keeps it alive very much so for the return leg to Dublin. Further down we go. Mostly there's no more Welsh clubs, baby. We have got Partizan Belgrade taking on Hibs. I mean, I'd say Partizan Belgrade are worse than Midtjylland, but the only thing is, I do think at home, these Eastern European countries, they've got that more hostile atmosphere, which always goes against you. But if Hibs can survive the first leg, even like a narrow defeat, I think Hibs have got a good chance, but they've just got to take their chances, man. They didn't take their chances against Midtjylland, so yeah, Hibs, massive tie coming up. Just shows you how crucial Aberdeen was winning the cup, man. Or Hibs would have been in Aberdeen's shoes. Lovely wee tasty playoff in the Europa League. Shaft it, but I'll go 2-1 Partizan Belgrade. And then, this could be a fucking massacre, folks. St. Pat's Athletic versus Besiktas. Yeah, Besiktas are easily one of the best teams in here. St. Pat's are probably easily one of the worst teams in here. So, it's time to play the game. This'll end. I'm going to go I'm going to go 6-0 Besiktas. I just don't... Nah, the St. Pat's don't stand a chance. Anyway, guys, we're back with the review show Thursday night, maybe Friday morning. A lot of games in between now and then, though. Buzzing.